Why do you think you were targeted?
I can just assume. I mean, I come really, really hard.
Sus.
I'm pissed off.
What is it that has you so angry? Is it the attackers?
It's the attackers, but it's also the attacks. It's like, you know, at first it was a thing of like, listen, if I tell the truth, then that's it, because it's the truth. Mm-hmm. Then it became a thing of like, oh, how can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that? It's the truth. And then it became a thing of like, oh, it's not necessarily that you don't believe that this is the truth. You don't even want to see the truth.
What happened that night, Jussie?
So in other words, it's the truth. Like, why don't you want to believe it? It's the truth. I said it.
Call me when you can. He called me immediately. And while he was on the phone, I heard, as I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire. And I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't Empire. And I didn't answer. I kept walking, and then I heard Empire.
Nobody knows what Empire is. Like, if you've ever watched an episode of Empire, you're weird. Okay? This guy thinks he's really cool because he's on Empire. Empire Star. Breaks his silence in first interview. Like, nobody knows what Empire is. I don't even know what it's about. I imagine it's some stupid reality TV show or something weird that this guy would be on. Clearly, he's a pretty good actor, though. I mean, you should see it. Watch coming up. Some good stuff.
So I turned around and I said, did you just say to me? And I see the attacker masked. And he said, this MAGA country punches me right in the face. So I punched his ass back. And then we started tussling. You know, it was very icy. And we ended up tussling by the stairs. Fighting. There was a second person involved who was kicking me in my back. And then it just stopped. And they ran off. And I saw where they ran. And the phone was in my pocket, but it had fallen out. And it was sitting there. And my manager was still on the phone. So I picked up the phone and I said, Brandon. And he's like, what's going on? And I said, I was just jumped. And then I looked down and I see that there's a rope around my neck, which I hadn't.
You hadn't noticed it before?
No,
you didn't
because
see?
It was so fast. You know what I'm saying? It was so fast.
How long did this all
It felt like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds, honestly. I can't tell you, honestly. I noticed the rope around my neck and I started screaming. And I said, there's a rope around my
I can't tell you honestly because I'm not being honest. It's basically his depiction of the whole event. Someone was kicking me in my back. Like, I think you'd notice that pretty quickly. Someone kicking you in your back would not be a good thing. You're fighting off two people. You're so strong, and it's icy, and they're like, MAGA country, bitch. And someone's kicking you in your back, saying MAGA country, and they put a rope around your neck. I mean, I feel like you're gonna have a little bit more awareness in that situation. Probably notice the rope a little bit quicker. And I don't know if you'd be really annoyed about it. Like, I'd just be like, oh, there's a rope around my neck.
And during that time, I was looking at myself, just like checking myself out. I saw the bruise on my neck, you know, like the little, the rope burn around my neck. And then but I smelled bleach. I know the smell of bleach. And I saw on my sweatshirt, it had marks on it, like spots on it, when you have a bad bleach job. So then I was like, there's bleach on me too. So when the police came, I kept the clothes on. I kept the rope.
So you had the rope on the entire time?
I mean, it wasn't like wrapped around, but yeah, it was around because I wanted them to see. I wanted them to see what this was. I told them what happened, everything. I also asked them to turn their body cams off.
This is body camera video of the moment Chicago police officers entered Jussie Smollet's apartment on a cold January night. The rope, he says, was wrapped around his neck like a noose by attackers. It was still draped over his sweater.
There's some bleach on me. Bleach on me. Okay. 1872 Robert. You're filming us, right?
Yeah, this is all being audibly and visually recorded.
It's his house. They're filming you. Like audio. guess when I mean, they didn't know they were walking into. I don't want to be filmed. Okay, so can we turn it off?
Yeah, you're giving us.
Look how ridiculous this looks. He has so much rope around him, first of all, and no one would ever, in the streets of Chicago at 2 a.m., be holding a ton of rope, and let alone, he says he had bleach on him. They threw bleach at him. So not only did they say MAGA country, allegedly, they also put a rope around his neck, which that's a lot of rope. That's not like a little noose or nothing. That's like a lot of rope to be carried. That's very weird. And then bleach. They threw bleach at him of all things. And they were kicking him in the back. I don't know. So weird, bro. It's so unnecessary. So extra. This case is hilarious.
I went down to where it happened, and I walked them through exactly what happened. And I looked up and I saw that there was a camera directly on the light post that is in the intersection. So I'm like, there it is.
A potential break in the case that would eventually fall apart days later.
And then the detective told me that the camera inside of the casing was facing north, so they didn't have it. And that was disappointing.
The vast majority of people have been supportive and loving and understanding. And then as time has gone on, and that there's no, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to Subway, Sub-Zero.
Subway is open 24 hours. Like, people kill me when they say things like that, because it's like Subway is open 24 hours for a reason. So that when you're hungry at night and you ain't got no food, you go to Subway. The camera facing north.
Dude, he just cut a promo for Subway, because I don't think anybody has ever thought that about Subway. I've never been hungry at 2 a.m. but you know what? I need food. I need it now, and I'm gonna go to Subway to go get a sub. Come on, man. That's not even realistic.
A potential break in the case that would eventually fall apart days later.
And then the detective told me that the camera inside of the casing was facing north, so they didn't have it. And that was disappointing.
He's like, man, I paid somebody to beat my ass for no reason. It's not even on video. I can't put it anywhere. Like, damn, do you know how hard they hit me? I paid them to do a real good job. They hit me hard. Busted my back, busted my freaking face. What a waste of money. Let me tell you, that's what he's thinking right now. He's like, so disappointing.
If I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot more. And that says a lot about the place that we are in our country right now. The fact that we have these fear mongers, these people that are
These dirty fear mongers
trying to separate us.
Yep.
And
so true. Trying to separate us based on race.
It's just not okay.
So true. Not okay.
It's just not okay. And for all of the people, the next time.
Man, what a great guy. I mean, truly. Saying these people are fear mongers, and yet here he is dividing people, trying to cash in on some of that racial ethnicity that he's got. Because it pays to be black in America, basically. I mean, this guy can make up a lie, say people racially attacked him, saying that MAGA, that they're Trump supporters, allegedly, which, again, was icing on top of the cake, or cherry on top of the sundae. I think that's amazing that he would even add that. I mean, what a great storyteller, too. I mean, this guy should be a director of some film. I'm sure it would do it extraordinarily well, because he can tell a story like no other. MAGA, bleach, rope, kick in the back, fighting off two guys. They run away from him because they're so scared of his strong pride. Man, this guy's a hero, honestly.
Why do you think you were targeted?
I can just assume, I come really, really hard
Sus.
against 45. I come really, really hard against his administration. And I don't.
So he's talking about Trump right now. I think 45 refers to police. So yeah, he's just saying that he's against Republicans, essentially. And he's saying that that's why, since he's outspoken against Trump and stuff, that he is being attacked for no reason.
Hold my tongue.
I want to ask you about Jussie Smollet.
I think that's horrible. It doesn't get worse, as far as I'm concerned.
Were you aware that he made that statement?
Were you aware that Trump is not racist and thinks that what happened to you is very bad?
I saw it. I don't know what to say to that.
In other words, I was not expecting him to care about black people because I'm racist myself.
You know, I appreciate him not brushing over it.
And there is no doubt in your mind what motivated this attack.
I could only go off of their words. I mean, who says empire, this MAGA
Everybody says that.
country, ties a noose around your neck and pours bleach on you, and this is just a friendly fight? I will never
Apparently it's someone who you pay to do that, so I mean, I guess anybody
be
will take money.
the man that this did not happen to.
So
I am
true.
forever changed.
Your reputation is forever tarnished. That is the case right here.
And I don't subscribe to the idea that everything happens for a reason, but I do subscribe to the idea that we have the right and the responsibility to make something meaningful out of the things that happen to us, good and bad.
So true.
I just want young people, young members of the LGBTQ community, young black children to know how strong that they are, to know the power that they hold in their little pinky.
It's been
So what's up with segregating people again? Always separate them in by categories of sexuality and race. It's very progressive of you, Jussie Smollet.
2 weeks since that night left actor Jussie Smollet bruised but not broken, and he's still processing the raw emotions.
Have you ever been threatened before?
Yeah. I get threatened all the time on Twitter
bro,
and
everybody knows who
Instagram
I
and
am. I'm
DMs and things like that.
Empire
It's
Star,
like,
bro.
but, you know, I'm a public figure. I'm very outspoken. That you're gonna rub people the wrong way.
In fact, the week before the attack, police confirm a letter was sent to the Fox
What is that handwriting?
studio in Chicago with threatening language and laced with powdery substance, likely Tylenol.
What the? What?
Do
Jesus, a third grader drew that. And he's basically saying that people in Chicago, they are illiterate because they can't even write a letter to somebody.
I think there's a link between the letter and the attack. And you did mention it to the police right away about the letter.
Absolutely. Just because on the letter it had a stick figure hanging from a tree with a gun pointing towards it, with the words that said, "Smollet Jussie, you will die, black." There was no address, but the return address said in big red, like caps, MAGA. Did I make that up too?
And despite lack of
He's supposed to be well-known requesting a report, instead the noose was placed over the friend's neck.
I want that video found so badly because for probably 4 reasons. Number 1, I want them to find the people that did it. Number 2, I want them to stop being able to say alleged attack. Number 3, I want them to see that I fought back. And I want a little gay boy who might watch this to see that I fought back. And it does not take anything away from people that are not able to.
And the 5th reason, because I paid them to beat my ass, and I want to get my money's worth.
I respect too much the people who I am now one of those people who have been attacked in any way. You do such a disservice when you lie about things like this.
If the attackers, how will you be able to heal?
Will we be able to heal, baby? What can we do for you?
I don't know. Let's just hope that they are.
If
You know
the
what I'm
attackers
saying?
are not
Like,
found.
let's not go there yet. Let's I was talking to a friend and I said, I just want them to find them. And she said, sweetie, they're not gonna find them. And that just made me so angry because, so I'm just gonna be left here with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna be left here with like, so they get to go free and go about their life and possibly attack someone else, and I'm here to left with the aftermath of this bull. That's not cool to me. That's not okay. So I understand how difficult it will be to find them, but we gotta. I still want to believe, with everything that has happened, that there's something called justice. Because if I stop believing that, then what's it all for?
It's likely that the case against Jussie Smollet will hinge on whether the jury believes Abel Osundaro, who took the stand today.
You nervous at all?
Nervous? No. When you got the truth on your side, you don't have to be nervous.
Abel and his brother Ola are key witnesses. They say the actor paid them to stage the attack that stunned the country. In court, Osundaro was asked by prosecutors why he would agree to go through with the hoax. He said, "I agreed to do it most importantly because I felt indebted to Jussie. He also got me a stand-in role on Empire, and I believed he could further my acting career."
I mean, yeah, that guy seems pretty cool.
You will pay restitution to the city of Chicago in the amount of $120,106. You are fined $25,000, which is the maximum fine. And you will spend the first 150 days of your sentence in the Cook County Jail. And that will start today, right here, right now.
Justice.